What I'd like to talk about in this video is incorporating water features into the landscape design. In this example, this is a mountain zen theme design that we wanted to incorporate a water feature that would be symbolic for the client, reminding them of life. And in this case, we wanted to also use a system that didn't splash a lot. So we wanted to incorporate a drainage below the spillway, but still make that connection to the mountain zen material. So we ended up putting this Mexican beach pebble on top of the grate so you wouldn't see the grate. Now, the design started out with a conversation between myself and the client. And what we figured out in that conversation is that we really wanted to use a monolithic piece of stone. So we had some limitations because of size and weight and how we're going to get this stone to the site. But what we found is that we could work with approximately a 8 foot by 4 foot wide and a foot thick piece of stone. So what I love about this project is that our mason, Gelasio Perez, overheard our conversation. And that conversation had to do with a famous sculptor named Isamu Noguchi. And once he heard that name, he had to let himself be heard. And he said, I too love to sculpt and I can do this. So we showed him some sketches and we ended up doing a working drawing, and he took it down to his yard, and this is what he came up with. And the client couldn't have been happier. The client loved that there was a higher basin with a low spillway into a textured spillway, then the water would fall over. So Gelasio did a wonderful job on this. The infrastructure was a really interesting part of the project too, because we had to think about how we were going to recycle the water in an efficient way. So what we came up with was a closed system with a pump that was buried in the basin itself. So this is a look at the basin before the Mexican pebbles are put on the grate, and unfinished, but getting very close at this point in the project to actually place the sculptural water feature onto the site wall. Now, the client loves the idea of having this sculpture be part of their everyday environment. So we place this outside the dining room. And this is also a reminder to the client that this is a feature that is part of a harmonized environment that is surrounding us at all times. So that connection to the outdoor space, even from the indoors, is an important design move that we incorporated. Now, the water feature is active seasonally, and what we found is that we loved the fact that it flowed consistently, it attracted wildlife, and the client couldn't have been happier.